mean, I don't know if I've recounted this story on this show or the main podcast, or but once I met Tyra Banks.
Yeah, yeah. I think. Well, I know you and I have talked about that. I don't. I think we talked about that like privately though.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. For those of you out there, um, one time I met Tyra Banks, and she was less than what I hoped for or imagined. But no, like I don't begrudge her or anything. Um, okay, this is how I met Tyra Banks. Um, like a few years ago, my school had a booth at this art event, like specifically for like photography, called Photo LA. They have it every year, I believe, in downtown. And I had as someone who was studying photography at the school, I submitted my work to be showcased at the booth at the event, and it was chosen. And then they were also asked, looking for people to man the booth during the event, and I volunteered for the opening night of the gala. So I go there, and I was pretty surprised because a lot of people were coming over to the booth, because they were saying that they were attracted by my photograph specifically, and the photograph, and that made me feel good. And the photograph was just a shot of my bed in black and white. It was called. It was titled "The Cold Spot." Uh, I must admit that it was one of my better works that I did while I was in school. So, anyways, so people are coming by, and then all of a sudden there's kind of a commotion, and I see down the line, and I see Tyra Banks and like a small entourage making its way up the thoroughfare. And then she gets to my booth, and she goes and she starts looking around, and I'm just like, oh, it's like, wow, this is Tyra Banks, 1990, what was it, 1996 or seven, 1996 or seven, swimsuit, Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model,
Yeah.
Tyra Banks. I mean, that's because that's that's my first memory of her. And so,
Right.
I'm kind of, I keep it cool. I play it cool. And she's just looking around. I go, oh, and then, I finally get work up. I finally muster up the courage, and I say, oh, Miss Banks, how are you? It's like, I was wondering if we could take a picture together. And so, she stops, and like she says, oh, well, if I take a picture with you, then I gotta take pictures of with everybody. And I was like, no, you just didn't, bitch. And and so, I immediately, clap back at her with with some of my own attitude. I was like, well, you could just say, this is my new friend Andrew, and he's the only one I'm gonna take a picture with because he's so damn awesome. And she did laugh, she did kind of chuckle, but then she just like walked away. After that, I was like, all right, bitch, I see you. All right, you just made the list. And so that's how I met Tyra Banks. And the old saying is true. You should never meet your heroes.